Hello, everybody. Welcome to How to Make Your Wife Happy and Healthy. You want some meals prepared to keep yourself from becoming a vegetative state when you're cooped up in your house for over a week? Come on, everybody. Let's get cooking. It's time for another hot dish from Happy, Healthy Wives. Today's shout out goes to DaBomb Smoke. Thanks DaBomb for the continued support. If you want a shout out in my next video, stay tuned to the end to find out how. Here are the ingredients. 2 pounds of broccoli, 2 pounds zucchini, 2 pounds of squash, 2 pounds Persian cucumbers, 1 bunch of celery, 4 bell peppers, 2 pounds of mushrooms, 2 pounds tomatoes from the vine, 2 pounds fish fillet, 2 cups of calrose or brown rice, 4 teaspoons of oil, 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of pepper. Slap ya mama seasoning. First thing we've done is we've cooked the rice. You want to see how to cook the rice? Check out the other video on meal feed, steamed rice. Links will be down below. Once the rice has already been cooking, we are now going to turn on the oven to a nice 450 degrees to bake all of our food at different times. While the oven's heating up, we're going to cut up all the vegetables and the meat. First, we're going to prepare the broccoli. You want to get them all the flowerets. If they're too big, you want to break them apart a little bit. You're not going to use the stalks. So to cut the broccoli, you're going to slice through the stalk. And if they're too big, you have to break them apart a little with your hands. Now that we've cut all the broccoli, we're going to wash the broccoli later. As you cut all the vegetables, once you have them done, you're going to put them into a pan. We have a copper pan, simple baking sheet that we're going to cover with aluminum foil. This is for easy cleanup, so you don't have to get your pan dirty. So once you cut up all the mushrooms that have been washed already, you're going to put them onto the tray. And we're cooking a whole week's worth of vegetables. To the mushrooms, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of olive oil. I'm going to add about a half a teaspoon of salt. And a half a teaspoon of pepper. Sprinkling around is helpful, but since it's hard to get it evenly, we're going to stir it all up. It's also not bad to use your hands to stir it up if you'd rather. Alright, so for the next one, we're going to spread out the broccoli that we washed in water after we cut them. That's why the bowl is a little bit wet because it's from the water. So I'm going to spread out the broccoli. We're only using 1 teaspoon of oil because we don't want to use too much oil in our food. A little bit will help the digestion process of all the vegetables, but too much, and you don't need that much oil. Since there's a little room left over in the broccoli tray, we're going to put on some vine-ripened tomatoes. The broccoli is the vegetable that the kids really like. Tomatoes are the ones that the adults really like. Normally we'd be peeling over a trash can, but since we want to show you how to peel the tomatoes, we're putting it into a little bin that we're going to use for trash. Now that we've taken the tomatoes, we're going to put them in the corners that we can and roast them up with the broccoli. And to all the vegetables, just like the other tray, we're going to add a teaspoon of oil. A teaspoon of olive oil is what we use. So I'd say just a little bit of oil for the vegetables, helps the digestion. We're going to add a half teaspoon of salt. Try and spread it evenly over the vegetables. And a half teaspoon of pepper. If it's not very even, we're going to mix them up. Once we've finished all the vegetables, we're now going to put them into the oven. Since we're only doing 2 trays at a time, we're going to do these first in the oven, then we're going to cut up some more vegetables. We're going to put them in for 12 minutes. It's up to you to determine which tray you want to put on top. We're going to put the broccoli on top because in general, the top tray gets a little bit more burnt, if you will. It gets a little bit more of the crispiness that the oven's going to provide. 450 degrees is a really hot temperature. It's going to really bake them well. So we're going to put them in there for about 12 minutes. When they come out, we'll have to do the next vegetables. Remember, we're cooking for a whole 5 days worth of breakfast. A whole 5 days worth of lunch. So it's going to be a lot of food. Don't forget, set your timer for 12 minutes. I'll be back when it's done. While one tray is cooking in the oven for its 12 minutes, we're getting the other vegetables ready. To prepare bell pepper, you cut them in half, peel out the insides. Do you wash and slice, or do you slice and wash?
I wash first.
Once you've cut them and taken out all the insides, then you wash them. And then we're going to cut them after that. Now that they're all washed, we're going to cut them up and set them aside and get them ready for the next tray. When it comes out, we'll put it on the tray that was already used. The next vegetable we're going to cut up is some Persian cucumbers. Usually we cut the ends off and don't eat that part. We're going to slice up the rest and put those in. Discard the ends. After we cut the ends off of our cucumbers and then wash them, now we're going to slice them up. Maybe you think cucumbers would be strange in the oven. We find them quite tasty. You can choose whatever vegetables you like. They're all equally roastable in the oven. Then we put them aside as we're getting all our vegetables ready. Next vegetable we have is a squash. Cut off the ends. Then we're going to wash them under water and then slice them up. Together with the squash, we're also going to do some zucchini. Once we cut off the ends of the squash, we're going to peel them. Not everybody peels their squash, but we like our vegetables peeled. If you try making this dish on your own, see what vegetables you like. You can choose whatever vegetables you want. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what vegetables you have chosen. Once you peel them, make sure you wash them off. For us, each of the vegetables are going to be cut to about a 1/4 inch thickness. The next vegetable we're going to chop and get ready is celery. You want to be very careful with celery because celery gets a lot of dirt inside. So you want to make sure you wash your celery thoroughly after you cut it. After you peel off or cut off the stalks. Once you get your celery stalks solo, you want to break them apart and peel off as many of those strings as you can. Those strings get in your teeth and make it very hard to eat. Now that we've thoroughly washed the celery, we're going to slice it up, and again, about an eighth, quarter inch in width or so. How to cook up well. Not all vegetables will work using this method. For example, spinach will not last for the 5 days if you're trying to cook this for the whole week. Spinach will kind of wilt and get sour tasting over time in the refrigerator, so you don't necessarily want to try spinach. The vegetables we are using here should all hold up through the whole week. So you can do this once on Sunday and have a pre-made lunch ready for you for every day of the week. Nice and healthy lunch. Okay, now that those are done, you just set them aside. And we'll get the other trays, take those vegetables off, and replace them with the new vegetables. Now that 12 minutes is up, we're going to take out the broccoli and the mushrooms. You can see how the broccoli looks, a little bit brownish from the heat. Tomatoes are nice and roasted. I'm going to take out the mushrooms. You can see the mushrooms come with a lot of juice. Whenever you cook mushrooms, juice always comes out. Once you've taken the trays out, you need a place to set them to cool off. So we have set them on our stove. Beautiful place to set trays to let them cool off. Okay, now you get all the vegetables. We're going to scoop them out of the tray and put them into containers that we're going to cover and put in the refrigerator. Now that we've cleaned off the tray, we can set up more vegetables on the same tray. Didn't do anything in between, just put in the more vegetables. Just like vegetable trays, we're going to use 1 teaspoon of oil over the vegetables. 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper per vegetable tray. If you would rather just shake the salt on without using a measuring tool, you can. To get the right amount of salt that you want for yours to make it more evenly distributed. And also the same with the pepper. Spread it around and try and get the seasoning evenly distributed over the vegetables. Alright, now our next 2 vegetable trays ready. We're going to put them in the oven. Makes a little difference which one you put on top. The top one's going to get a little bit more extra cooking. So I'm choosing zucchini to put on top. There's the pepper tray and celery, pepper and celery. Here is the squash tray. Put them in. We let them cool enough so that we didn't need to use mitts to touch them. Set the timer for 12 minutes. And when it goes off, you can take them out. It should be nice and roasted vegetables. Very tasty and healthy. All right, now that 12 minutes are up, we can take out the next tray of veggies. You can see all of the squash, which is zucchini and squash. I'm going to set it up in the same place last time on the grill. on the stove top and let them cool down. Before we take them and put them into containers to put in the refrigerator to save for the whole week. There's a whole week's worth of vegetables for 2 people. For lunch every day for 5 days. While those vegetables are cooking, we're gonna get our protein ready. The protein we're using for our dish is fish fillet. These are tilapia fillets, usually fairly inexpensive. You can also use chicken if you'd rather. Chicken with a little bit of salt, pepper, and either lemon or lime. Seasoning on them, sprinkle it on. Oh, no. What I mean for the chicken, see, that's for the fish. So I have a different seasoning for the fish than you might expect. What you can use for the chicken, you can stir fry it. A little salt, a little pepper, and some oil. The fish, no oil. Just gonna bake it as is. I'm gonna cut up the fillets, do smaller portions. Figure out how much you're gonna use later. That's fine. Get all your fish ready. We're gonna do a set. Sliced here first. As I was saying, you can use salt and pepper on your fish and some lemon juice or lime juice, your choice. Those are really good seasonings for fish to put in the oven. Or you can use our favorite, some slap your mama. It's got a little bite to it. The kids really like it. So once I get some of the fish on, we're gonna season the fish on both sides. If you're using chicken instead, you could use salt, pepper, oil, and stir fry the fish. Stir fry the chicken, I mean. Slap your mom on both sides, a nice sprinkle. Or whatever your favorite fish seasoning is. Make up your own. We're gonna set these aside so I can cut up my next set of fish. We're gonna put them all on the tray. So you don't have a place to put them on the tray yet because the trays are still cooking with those wonderful vegetables. But soon when the vegetables are done, it's time for the fish. We're using inexpensive tilapia fillets. Gotta get up 3 more. In fact, this time, make it easier on myself. Sprinkle, then cut, less to flip over. All told today, 2.5 pounds of fish fillet. Now that the vegetables are cooked and cooled in our wonderful trays, we're going to put them into the bowl for keeping. You can use spoons, forks, knives, get it out. I'm a hands guy. If you find the dish recipe you try has too much pepper, you can cut back. You don't have to have that much pepper. It adds flavor, but if you find it's too hot for your mouth, or you don't like that flavor of pepper so much, try less. Now the empty tray. Now that you got the fish all ready to go, just gonna fill up the tray with the fish. We're gonna make a nice even layer, as best we can. And 450 might be a little too hot for the fish. So we're gonna take the temperature down a bit to a nice $3.75. They're a nice even layer of fish for cooking. Now that we have cooked the other vegetable trays, we want to put them into the dishes. So we're going to use this one. I'm just going to use my hands. This is for storage. You're going to take them out 2 cups at a time for your meal. Now that you got your bowl full, don't forget to cover them. Don't forget to cover your containers you're going to put in the refrigerator. I'm going to use some saran wrap to cover it so we can put it in the refrigerator. And you take out a little bit each day for your lunch. Now that our oven's at 375 degrees, we're going to take the fish with the sloppy mama seasoning, place it inside, and cook for about 8 minutes. When it's done, we'll take it out, set it aside, and save it for the week's meals. We use fish or chicken because those 2 meats will save for a while. Because those 2 meats will last for the week. Okay, after about 8 minutes, now it's time to, time to take a look at the fish, see how it's been cooked. If it's not done well enough, you're gonna leave it in for a little longer. Let's take a look. Little steam coming off, it's good. Let's take a closer look. Okay, the fish looks white, mostly. The reddish parts have gotten a nice brown to them. Now let's see if it flakes off when you poke into it. Let's see. Take that piece, yes. So let's cook through. Let's test the piece. Flake through, still white. It appears to be done. Nice and white all the way through. So we're going to take it out and set it in our cooling area. Now that fish is taking a little bit of time to cool down, we're going to scoop it out and put it into our saving bowl that we're going to cover with a plastic wrap after it cools down a little more and put in the refrigerator to eat throughout the week. Then what you do is you're going to take all of your food. You're going to take, we'll show you later, but we're going to take some protein, in this case the fish. Could be chicken. And I'm going to take rice. And we're going to take some vegetables. We're going to take some fish, some rice, vegetables, put them all together, reheat them, and presto, a quick, healthy, tasty lunch. No fish left behind. Okay, so during the week, we're going to take, so we made rice using the meal fee pot. So during the week, you're going to take 2/4 cups of the rice. Now the rice itself, you know, a little stiff and hard if you're using rice. Maybe use 2/4 of some other grain. There's 1/4. So we're going to have to add some liquid to the rice. Otherwise it'll be very, very stiff, especially later in the week. So when you heat up your rice, you're going to add some moisture to it. So we're doing rice because that is a good base of carbo and protein 2/4 is all you'll need. And I kind of make sure it's all kind of clumped together, so when I put a little bit of water on top, that'll be moist. So 2/4 cups of the rice. I'm just going to use a dribble of water.
Call from 12028.
So that moistens it just enough so when we put it in the microwave, it'll do all right. Get a little bit more moist for you. Now we got the rice, we need 2/3 of the protein. The protein we chose is fish. So I'm gonna open up my fish. And I'm gonna take 2/4. It'd be easier if it was smaller. I can know how to take 2/4 when it's smaller. Don't mind that dog when the light comes on. He barks. So that's 1/4 fish. And let's put it on the side of the rice. We'll put the vegetables on top maybe. We'll see. For another 1/4 of fish. Maybe a small piece. There's a small piece. More. Boom. 1/4 of fish. So now I got our rice, got our fish. We'll package them back up for later use. Now the last one. Use 2 cups of veggies. Remember, you chose whatever veggies you want. I'm going to choose the veggies that my kids will be okay with. So we made some zucchini. I'm going to make them try it all, actually, so you can see all of them. So we're going to add some of this. A little more squashy. So I put about 1/2 cup of this. Since we have 4 containers, we're going to use 4 halves. Oh, my kids really don't like are the bell peppers. So maybe I'll spare them some bell peppers and we'll specifically put in some, what are these? Celery. Oh, there's a bell pepper. I'll give them some red. My daughter's okay with red. Oh, and cucumber too. That's right, we do cucumber. Get some cucumber in there. A little more celery. Ooh, that looks like a lot of veggies already, doesn't it? That's just 1 cup. Which, so if you're wondering, are you going to feel full? Oh yeah, you're going to feel full after this lunch. And you can add tomatoes too for good measure. I'm getting some broccoli. My son likes the broccoli. My daughter's okay with broccoli. My daughter likes the mushrooms. So some broccoli. You could do tomato or not. For the kids this time, I'm not going to do tomato. We can do tomato another day. Don't have to do all the vegetables today. You could rotate your vegetables. Maybe you only want carrots today. Oh, you could do carrots too. That works as well. Maybe you just want mushrooms today. Maybe you just want zucchini today. You could mix it up so it's not all the same every day. Let's get some of the tasty mushrooms in here. Also, since we have mushrooms, you all that juice, you can add some mushroom juice to the rice. Alright, so there is a second cup of veggies. Put that on the tray, plate. Alright, lots of veggies. Now, we're going to reheat it in the microwave. For a quick microwave reheat, we're going to do 1:45 seconds. You might do a little longer, a little shorter, depending on your preference for the heatness of food. Or, you can hit the sensor reheat button. If your microwave has one. If it has one, use that. And it'll automatically tell how long to reheat. Ooh, our microwave is finished. Now as you pull it out, be a little careful, might be a little hot. We got our steaming plate of veggies, and it is steaming. Rice and fish.
Is this zucchini?
No, that's a squash.
Squash, and this is cucumber or zucchini? Zucchini.
The really small round ones are cucumber.
Where?
Maybe they're hidden at the bottom.
I do not like squash or zucchini or peppers, so I may eat mushrooms. The mushrooms are okay. They taste pretty good. They're not too peppery. And now broccoli. The broccoli is surprisingly pretty good too. But I still don't like vegetables. Rice. I love rice. Rice is always good. And the fish is good as always. So I would eat this dish with the broccoli, the mushroom, the fish, the rice, maybe the celery, but I don't like squash or zucchini.
To be honest, I really didn't taste anything but vegetables. There was like no pepper or salt. Everything just seemed non-existent and tasted like vegetables. So the cucumber. So here, I really don't taste any pepper or salt or anything else they added. Just cucumbers, like they added nothing. Like they steamed it or something. Oh, the fish. The fish, on the other hand, has much great rock flavor. And you can taste the sloppy mama sauce with the pepper and the salt. Fish is really good. Vegetables taste like vegetables and taste terrible. And the rice tastes like rice. Really nothing got affected by the seasoning except for the fish.
Happy Healthy Wife Chef Barry here, reminding you to cherish that like button, just like my kids cherish the fish and the rice and their roasted vegetable lunch bowl. Please leave a comment down below detailing what you would put in your own roasted vegetable lunch bowl. And if you can slip the word filet mignon into your comment down below, you'll have a chance at a shout out in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to be notified of all my new videos that are going to come out on Mondays. Thanks for watching. Have a happy and healthy day.